I know the leagues. I know the teams. I know these players. I know this wonderful game called football.
Welcome to the Money Line presented by Pro Football Debate. And as always, going to start off by giving a shout out to Bet Openly, the official sportsbook sponsor of the Money Line. Week 3 is in motion. We have Thursday night game going on right now. So what better time to give you our leans in place for the upcoming weekend? Drakes, if you're good, we can just kind of get right into it. Any tickets you got on tonight's game?
Yeah, I had Elijah Mitchell, first touchdown scorer. That didn't happen. Ronnie Bell, first guy in the end zone tonight. And that was, I believe, 100-1 I saw on social media, 20-1 anytime. So awesome for whoever had that ticket. And I think we're both on Giants plus 10.5. So it's going to be a little sweaty second half.
Yeah, if you on the Facebook today, if you follow that, we gave out the G-Men as kind of a play. Danny Dimes having some pretty good stats here on Thursday. Yeah, kind of funny though. I know Twitter is going to be all over it tomorrow morning with the 100-1. So let's see how many of those tickets that we're going to see from everybody.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess let's get right into it. Week 3. First game that we're going to take a look at: Chargers Vikings. Vikings at home laying 1. Where do you see that?
I kind of like the over of 54. Both defenses are not good. And I just don't like a side either way. Herbert's pretty solid in the Eastern time zone, 12-6 ATS in his career. It's a game that, we have 2 0-2 teams here. I think the money flipped the line. So Chargers were a slight favorite at open. It's now Vikings -0.5, -1. So for me personally, I got to stay away. Might do in play on the total, but I just can't see myself taking either side right now. Where are you at?
I like the over on the sake of my 10-1 Herbert MVP ticket that I'm going to beat down every single week. Just keeps slipping. So hopefully he goes out there and just puts on a show. But I think there's going to be a lot of points. You're talking about a dome. You're talking about teams that have put up points so far this year. And it should actually be. I think it's going to be an entertaining game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I definitely my play that came to mind too was 54.5, take the over, and hopefully just see some scoring and some good football.
Yeah, I agree.
So next spot we got Tennessee getting the 3.5 in Cleveland. Were you on at that one? Cleveland -170 on the money line, and then kind of a low total here at 39. Tennessee's games have been ugly for the most part. What sticks out?
Yeah, third game in a row where Vrabel and the Titans are the underdog. And let's remind the folks here that Vrabel is 27-17-1 ATS, including 23-9-1 when the spread is +3 or higher in the regular season. It's hard to not back Tennessee plus the 3.5 points. That's where my money is going to be, I think. The Browns are awesome defensively. They haven't allowed a red zone possession yet between the first 2 games. I think that changes this week with Tennessee. Maybe they figured some things out against a weaker defense last week, but I got to take the hook. I got to take the 3.5 with Tennessee. Where are you at?
Yeah, that's actually a play I'm going to give out later on because I found this stat. We always talk about Vrabel and how good he is as a dog, specifically in that 3.5 range. Over the last 20 years, the Titans are 25-12 ATS as dogs in the first 3 weeks, 7-1 under Vrabel.
Wow.
So, I kind of like that. And that was, like I said, that's a play I'm going to give out later on. But, yeah, I'm definitely with you on Tennessee right there.
Yeah, another thing worth calling out. So just coaching comparisons, Stefanski with the Browns, 10-19 ATS as a favorite. So, again, play on Tennessee according to some of the trends.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, so I like that. We're in agreement there. Texans +9, Jaguars -415 Jags. Might be a popular survivor pick. Total 44.5.
Yeah, I would take the points with Houston in this spot. As crazy as that sounds, Jacksonville hasn't done a ton offensively. I saw something where Trevor Lawrence just has had bad luck. So maybe things turn around, but I still like the 9.5 point spread with the Texans. Lawrence 16-22 ATS in his career. 11-10 with Doug Peterson, so a slight improvement versus his time with Urban Meyer. But It's still not a position that I like Jacksonville in. I got to take the dog here, divisional dog at that.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Just Jacksonville hasn't really shown enough for me to lay almost double digits to get a cover here. So I'm with you. If you're going to get this, kind of reminds me of Philly Houston last year, where we were getting I think 11 or 11 and a half or something, and they kept it close all game. Might be a little bit of a dogfight. I'm with you. The divisional dog. They've been hitting like crazy numbers this year. I'm not going to get away from that this week.
Okay.
Next game, Patriots laying the 2.5 on the road against the Jets. Historically, the Patriots tend to take care of business. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, probably stay away from me. New England is 1-8 ATS last 9 games. Mac Jones 14-19-1 ATS in his career, playing against a pretty good Jets defense. However, the Jets have some struggles offensively. So for me, I got to stay away. Might look at something in play, but
yeah, I'm with you. So I got really no interest in this game as far as putting any of my money on it. I did find a trend though here. Patriots since 2020 without Tom, 5-1 against the spread versus the Jets. So it kind of went to that Dolphins last week owning New England. They ended up covering. I guess if I was inclined to play a side, I think I might go there. I mean, 5-1's pretty impressive there. And then also they're 3-11 post Tom Brady era against the Bills and Dolphins. So for whatever reason, they capitalize on the Jets. Bills just got that number. I think I would lean towards the Patriots, but it's not something that I'm going to back and say yeah, I think I'm comfortable playing that.
Sure.
That line.
Mac Jones also 11-7-1 ATS as a favorite. He's 3-12 ATS as a dog. So if you're ever going to play on Mac Jones, this is the time.
Did you see? I don't know if it was buzzing around. Did you see some of the stats on him? They were just dragging him through the mud.
I did.
About just his win-loss, his inability to kind of make a game-winning drive, and I was so high on him when he came in the league.
Yeah, I've seen a lot more on social media too about Belichick and Tom and who the brains behind the operation is or was. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with Mac Jones the rest of the way here.
Next game on the list, we got Saints-Packers. Saints plus the 2. Green Bay, slight favor on the money line at -125. We got a total of 42.
Yeah, I mean, this is their first home game. This is second time last 20 years that they've opened at home this late into the season. Jordan Love's been impressive. He's 6 TDs, no interceptions. He's on the football. They haven't had the strongest of competition yet with the Bears and the Falcons, but a Falcons game last week definitely should have maybe won that. Saints defense is pretty damn good. Did a good job on Monday against Carolina. Short week for them. Going to Green Bay. I would probably lean to lay the points with the Packers just because the Saints offense hasn't done much either. I got to wait though. I got to see if Aaron Jones is in the lineup. He's a difference maker. Where are you leaning on this game?
Yeah, no. Right now I lean probably. I don't know if I want to take the points. -125 just as a winner though. I actually like that. That's not bad. So I think I'm on Green Bay in the money line. I think, like you said, opening up at Lambeau, it's going to be hype. Love's played well. I think he does enough to at least squeak out a win. Yeah, Jones plays. That's just a bonus. But yeah, I think Green Bay gets done at home and keeps that contention for the North. I think it's going to be come down to them in Detroit all year. So hopefully kind of see them saying neck and neck. But yeah, I like keep the points, but I'm gonna take Packers on the line.
Okay, it's a good call.
I don't know if we have to do this. We could just skip this one if you want. Just don't do it. Broncos, Dolphins laying the 6.5. Dolphins laying the 6.5. Broncos getting, what do you got? -290 on the money line. Denver +240 and a total of 48.
I'm taking the Denver Broncos +6.5. If they don't cover this one, I promise I'm done with the Broncos. 2-game or more straight up losing streak. Russell Wilson, 14-4-1 ATS in his career. In the last 20 years, only Drew Brees is better ATS. And, oh, by the way, his head coach was Sean Payton. Miami is probably a tough place to play with the heat and humidity. But, yeah, weeks 3 and 4, Wilson 15-7 ATS, which is the third best the last 20 years. I think Denver has a bounce back. I don't know if they win the game outright, but I'm comfortable with the 6.5 point spread. Give me the Broncos, as crazy as that sounds.
You want to phone it in for the circuit card too? Then we'll just get that out of the way.
I think so. Have to do it.
Dude, I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm actually kind of inclined to agree with you there. So yeah, there's no doubt about it. I'm ready to get hurt again.
Yeah, definition of insanity.
We're gonna hit them eventually. It might be week 13, but we're just gonna keep that train going.
Yeah.
Bills minus 6.5 at the Commanders. Interesting stat here. Allen is 6-5 straight up, 13-7-1 against the spread versus the NFC in his career.
Yeah. He also leads the league in interceptions with 63. I'm sorry, second behind only Baker Mayfield since 2018 with 63 picks in the last 5 years.
Baker covered 2 games this year though, so
touche.
And Allen's 1-1, so
yeah. I don't know. This is a game I'm probably going to stay away from, to be honest. Rivera 12-3-1 ATS in this spot since 2018, where he's coming off of a win as an underdog. I don't know what to make of either team, to be honest. Like, Washington beat Arizona late. They beat Denver. They were down 21-3 at one point. Came back and won. And I don't know what to make of Buffalo. They couldn't move the ball really effectively against the Jets in a game that they should have won with Aaron Rodgers getting hurt. And then last week just beat the crap out of the Raiders. And I think the Raiders had like 40 or 45 offensive snaps the entire game. Just utter domination from Buffalo there. So this is a game I'm probably going to stay away from. It sounds like you're willing to lay the points with Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like Buffalo. I just think it's going to go kind of like the Vegas game. I mean, I think coming back from 21-3 was a little bit of an anomaly. That's not the Washington team that like I'm going to expect week in, week out. I think 6.5 is a nice number. At 7.5, probably not. But I think the Bills can go in there and at least win by a TD. I think if they do get up, there ain't going to be Russell Wilson gifting Washington a chance to get back into the game. I think Allen's going to be able to get some confidence just like they did against Vegas last week and just keep the pedal down.
Okay.
So next game, I like this number here, key number. We're looking at the Falcons getting 3, going into Detroit. Where are you at with that one?
Yeah, this is a game I've kind of gone back and forth on. I'll probably end up staying away. Atlanta has some trends that definitely favor them. The numbers come down, so against public money on Detroit, I lean Detroit. I don't know if that's biased being, from Detroit, but I'm probably going to stay away. I mean, Goff is good inside Ford Field. He's good in Dome. He just doesn't have the best ATS record in weeks 3 and 4. Atlanta does have the ability to run the football, chew some clock, take time out of our offense's hands in Detroit. So if I had to pick a side, maybe Atlanta at 3.5. But since the line's down to 3, I'm probably going to stay away.
Okay, I like the Lions at home. Couple reasons. One, last year, I think behind the Giants, the Lions were the number 2 team against the spread, if I remember. It sounds right. I know they were top like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Sure. Kind of how last year is kind of playing out. I think Hutchinson, teams have done a good job of stopping him from getting the sacks. However, he's second in the NFL right now, I think, in hurries. He's getting there. He's just not finishing. I think this is going to be a little bit of a coming out party and being held. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. I'm not going to throw the ref card in there. That's but fine. I think it's going to be a little bit of a coming out party for him. I think Ritter's a good kind of QB to manage a game, but he's going to see that front, that D-line come at him. And I think Hutch eats this week. I think it's going to be a different game than what Ritter's used to. And I actually think Detroit gets it done with, especially at 3 number of a key for me.
Cool. Yeah, another stat for Detroit here. Early in the season, so take it with a grain of salt, but Goff has faced a team with a 75+% winning percentage 6 times over the last 3 seasons. In those 6 games, he's 5-1 straight up, 6-0 against the spread.
Yeah, so again, give me Detroit. I think it's a must-win game for them as well after losing last week. So I'm going to take it at a field goal. So let's move on here. We got Colts +8, Ravens, total of 44.
Yeah, I don't know who's starting at quarterback for the Colts. I think it's going to be Minshew, but I don't know. Richardson, I think, missed practice today. I'll have to confirm that, but I'm going to keep an eye on the quarterback situation for Indy. I'm inclined to take the points with the Colts at +8 or 8.5. But yeah, I need to see who's playing quarterback, and I'm probably going to end up staying away.
Yeah. Again, it's been tough to get a read on the Colts. Ravens. I'm gonna keep saying I think they're a little bit maybe overrated, if you will. They're playing good football, but I don't think
Yep.
they're the Ravens that we expected. And to be fair, I think they're going to be in a letdown spot here shortly. I don't like the QB. I mean, Richardson was balling for the Colts, so without him, I don't know what to expect with Minshew if he starts. So yeah, with the QB not set, I'm good. Just kind of stay away from that one.
Yep.
This one actually got a little bit dicey because we saw the QB change. Panthers +6.5. I think we were at 4.5 earlier. Talk me through that one. What happened? I guess.
Yeah. So I was on Seattle. I already have a ticket on Seattle -4.5. Thought the number was too low based on what we saw in Carolina's offense the last 2 weeks, especially on Monday night against New Orleans. But now Bryce Young out, Andy Dalton in. I don't know if that's an upgrade at quarterback, the same.
I was going to say, do you think it's a hot take if I say I think after watching that Monday night game, I think it's an upgrade?
No, it's more justifiable. Andy Dalton, experienced veteran, is going to be able to get the most out of that team. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. I think I'm in a good spot. I have 2 points closing line value, but so far this season, I don't know that closing line value has really mattered too much. So yeah, I'm on Seattle -4.5. The number, I would probably still lay the 6.5, but tread lightly with quarterback change.
Yeah, I think Panthers defense was pretty dominant Monday. I think I would take almost a touchdown with the Panthers, but I'm not. You've been sharp with the Hawks all year, so I'm not going to play against that or have I guess really an opinion. Again, the QB thing this early in the year, you don't know what to make of these teams. It's not a game that I just think there's any real thing there. Godspeed on your 4.5 though. So hopefully that cashes.
Yep.
Cowboys -12.5 against Cardinals. Some big spreads this week. The second double digit, if you include tonight, with still one more to go on the board.
Yep.
Diggs tonight getting hurt, or today I should say at practice. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, probably staying away. I think, Dak typically does well against bad teams. He's 26, 12, and 2 ATS against teams under 500. The Cardinals somehow just have found a way to hang around. And albeit, week 1 at Washington, not the best, or strongest opponent. Week 2 at home against the Giants, again, not the strongest opponent. We'll find out more about this Giants team as the season progresses, but I'm going to stay away. I'm not going to force a play on this game. If I had to pick a side, I would probably take Arizona plus the points.
12.5 at home is a big number.
Well, yeah. And I mean, Arizona probably won't have the largest home field advantage. A lot of Dallas fans will probably be in attendance. But yeah, I just don't feel comfortable really playing either side.
No, and I don't like that. I think it was 2 years ago we saw double digits hitting really a ton. Last year they kind of dipped. A little early for me to sit there and make that call. That I want like 12.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable there. That's just a big number all the way around.
Yep.
Now on the next number though, I actually would entertain home team laying the 13 against Chicago, just based on the fact that I don't know if Fields is trying to play his way out of Chicago or what he's doing, but it's not working. And then you had some controversy earlier in the week. So I just, that whole franchise right now is dumpster fire. This could be a game for Kelsey and Mahomes to just go out there and absolutely eat.
Yeah. I like Kansas City. The trends don't really back the Chiefs in this spot. But yeah, I like Kansas City -12.5. Chicago's a dumpster fire. A buddy of mine compared it to Michigan State versus Washington last week in college football. And I see the comparisons, and I'm going to lay the points here where I took the points with the Spartans last week. Mahomes, again, the trends don't really back it. He's a double-digit favorite, 9, 13, and 1 ATS. Yeah, especially as a favorite, 9.5 or less. He's 41-31-1. So much better when the games are projected to be a little tighter. However, I just it's more fate on Chicago than a play on Kansas City.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And actually, for the millions, I'm okay. Even KC minus the 13 on the millions. I think, like I said, that they just feast. It's a great spot for them to come out and just fix the kinks and just have a good home win and build that confidence. So then we go into Sunday night. Steelers plus 2.5. Raiders favored at home. Tomlin in 3 spot, kind of like we always touch on Vrabel. Just a couple head coaches that thrive in that close underdog role, that coin flip underdog role.
For sure.
Where are you at with that one?
Yeah, I think the line flipped. It was Pittsburgh -1, like on the look ahead line. It's flipped to Vegas -2.5. I'm inclined to take the Steelers. I know the offense has been absolutely atrocious. Not reaching the red zone, bailed out, and won the game on Monday because of their defense scoring 2 touchdowns. But to your point, I mean, Steelers 54-31-4 ATS as an underdog under Tomlin. I think that, I like the Steelers here. Pickett also in night games, 4-1 straight up, 5-0 ATS. In the last 20 years, he's the only QB who's 4-0 ATS or better at night, which is absolutely insane. And he hasn't played well at all. I don't know if it's play calling, scheme, what's going on, but Pittsburgh has to get it right, and maybe against this Raiders defense is an opportunity for them to put some points up and kind of get back on track.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me Tomlin in the dog roll, and then just give me a chance for them to get right, to get things rolling. They desperately need to. I don't see Howard's way that they don't come out and put up some decent points, get the offense clicking. You gotta start reevaluating personnel there if that doesn't happen here.
For sure.
Eagles -5 against the Bucs. Baker, doing Baker things. He's grinding out wins. Tough Eagles team though, going into Tampa.
I'm taking Tampa plus the 4.5 or 5 points. Line open at more earlier in the week. We've seen reverse line movement, so we've seen public money come in on Philly and the line come down. Makes me more inclined to take the home dog here. Worth noting, Jalen Hurts 7-13 ATS on the road. He's the worst of 90 QBs since 2020. So huge fade spot for him and the Eagles. And then teams, here's a funny stat for the Bucs. Teams are 12-6 ATS after playing the Bears since the start of last season. 3rd best record in the NFL.
I don't know how I feel about those stats. Those are the ones that they highlight, and I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about those. If that's like an actual real trend or if that's just like dumb luck, I don't know.
Yeah,
but those always crack me up. No, I'm with you though. Give me the Bucs. I don't know, man. I'm gonna ride, Baker just like you're on the Denver train. I'll just go with, Baker's just gonna ride until he bucks me, I guess. But no, I think they play a gritty enough style to at least keep it close. Yeah. And at home, just give me 5 points at home. Cool. Rams +3 playing the Bengals. Kind of I don't know if that's a weird number. If you think that's baked in there as Burrow not playing or whatever's going on there.
I have no idea what to expect. I'm staying away. If we see something injury report wise over the weekend, I'll be inclined to play something. But got to imagine that's a get right game for Bengals. But to your point, like the Rams have hung in tough. McVay with the late backdoor cover field goal as time expired against San Francisco on Sunday. I'm going to stay away. Going to see what happens over the next few days injury wise, and maybe have a play, but definitely not going to force anything.
No, nothing really there that I like. Don't know what's going on with Burrow. They're definitely not the Cincy that we've come to know and love.
Right.
But credit to St. Louis. Credit to LA though. They are doing what they can, dude. Stafford's just turning guys into Pro Bowlers out there. I got no play on that. I got nothing I want to force. Just kind of sit back and hopefully it's not as boring as the Monday night last week.
Right. Exactly.
Any survivor plays you like out there? I know we're in a little bit of a different one, but anything you like where maybe there's a play out there on a team that you want to scrub off the board this early and leave some of the big dogs on top?
It's hard to avoid taking Dallas, Kansas City, San Francisco tonight. There isn't really anyone that I love maybe Seattle is in the mix for this week, but I don't really trust a lot of the other teams out there.
So Jacksonville would normally probably
fair.
It would. I mean, it looks good. The only rule that would pretty much go against would be the divisional part. Yeah. But I think week 3, with how stagnant their offense has been, I actually would be in an okay spot burning them right now.
Fair, more than fair.
So, all right. So we touched on that. What do you got for me as far as plays go? I know we talked a little bit throughout the last couple. What do you got?
Yeah. So I'm taking Broncos plus 6.5 at Miami.
There we go.
Jets plus 2.5 against New England, and then laying the points with the Chiefs 12.5 against the struggling Bears.
Okay, there you go. Fair. Yeah, give me. I'm gonna go with one dog, and I'm gonna lay 2 here. We're gonna go with the Titans plus the 3.5. Give me Vrabel in that spot. This year he's battled and done well.
Yep.
I'm gonna get toasted here, but I'm prepared for it. Lions minus the 3. I don't know why I do this to myself, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take Josh Allen to go out there and just get picked up right where he left off last week, especially at that key number of 6.5. Give me the Bills covering against the Commanders on the road.
Cool. So all right, good luck this week.
Yep, you too. Other than that, I got nothing. We'll recap in a couple days. We've been fired so far, so hopefully we can just keep it going.
Yep. See it.
All right, talk to you, man.